Hi people, today I'm going to talk about a book that you read for the second time, and I'm very happy to say that it has survived the test of time and the test of me changing the things I like and so on. And I'm talking about Marissa Meyer's Cinder. And yeah, the thing is, I have the original ones with the original covers, but since I saw the new ones, I was like, I want those too. And I was telling myself, no, you don't need to have the same books twice. Obviously, it looks like I had to have the same books twice because here it is, and I love it, and it's amazing. And I love that we have like the new covers, and also we have inside a new illustration. And yeah, okay. Obviously, by now I think everyone knows what the Lunar Chronicles are about. But yeah, let's pretend we don't. Okay, Marissa Meyer created this amazing futuristic world in which she used different fairy tales to create or inspire her own characters. Cinder, it's after Cinderella, and we have Scarlet, who is after the Red Riding Hood, Cress, who's after Rapunzel, Winter, which is Snow White, and so on and so forth. And I have to say that I completely loved the first book because I love cyborgs, I love androids, and having this main character, she is a cyborg. And for me, it was amazing 10 years ago, and it's amazing now. And I do love the retelling because it's not a retelling that follows every single occurrence and every single word, but she has created her own thing, having the fairy tale as inspiration. So we're going to find this girl, as I was saying. She's called Cinder, she's a cyborg, and she lives with her stepmother and her two half-sisters. And one of the sisters is very nice and gentle with her, and the other one is kind of like her stepmother, who really mistreats Cinder and treats her very badly, kind of exploits her also. Cinder is working, she's a mechanic, she's very good, but everything that she earns has to be given to her stepmother. And I mean everything. She's in need of a new food because the one that she has been outgrown. It's a very small food, it's a child's food, and she needs to have a replacement, but she isn't even allowed to get that. So when she gets one, it's like a big secret. The stepmother cannot know that I have changed my food and things like that. And it's like you begin to see how awfully she's been treated. And this is going to be evolving the more that we read, and we are going to see how abusive her home is and how she feels like, like home, it's a place where you are in your own temple and you're protected, and it's the place where your things are, your friendships, your loved ones, everything. So she's like uprooted because she doesn't have that. She's always like tiptoeing around Adri, her stepmother, because she mistreats her so badly. And one of the reasons is because she's a cyborg, and cyborgs are seen in this world like less than humans. They are mistreated also, so she has a lot going on for her. She doesn't remember anything about her former life. When she was around 11, she was found, and there was this hover car accident. She was the sole survivor. Her parents died, and she had been saved, and she has like this cybernetic leg and cybernetic hand, and also she has like some tampering inside her head. And yeah, I'm not going to say any much more about her former life and the prosthetics and things that she has. You have to read the book. This is going to be a spoiler book review. But yeah, I love that we have this vision about mistreatment and disability, and that it makes you think, it makes you put yourself in the position of the person who's being abused solely by the fact that she's different, or that she's disabled, or that she needs like these prosthetics to survive. It makes you think about how disabled people are treated nowadays, and ableism and all of that. Okay, getting back to the story, we have this prince. This prince is charming, but he really is charming. He's called Kai. He's the son of the emperor, and it seems like his father is ill. He has got a very rare illness that kills people. It's called letumosis, and no one knows how to cure people. So when you get it, you're going to die. So Kai is in a place in which he's in a very tight spot because he knows that his father is going to die, that he's going to be the next emperor, and there is like this situation in which he kind of has to prevent this war because we are in Earth. We have survived like the First World War, and there's a colony of humans that colonize the moon. It's called the Lunars, and they have like some kind of abilities and powers that can influence your way of thinking. They can make you do things that you don't want to do, and they are very, very strong. So they want to wage war against Earth, and they're trying to tout their way into, if you give me all of these things that I'm asking, which are completely over the top, if you give them to me, I won't wage war. So Kai is in this place in which he has to stop this upcoming war, and he is losing his father, and also he goes to see Cinder because he has learned that she's a very good mechanic, and he has an android with some kind of information that he really wants to get back. So he brings the android to Cinder, and they began to know each other, and I love the relationship that they began to create. And I'm not going to tell much more about the plot because I think that everyone looking at this review have already probably read the book or know the plot of it, but I love it. I mean, there's so many things about this book that I love. I love Cinder, how real she is. I mean, she could have been like a super woman with superpowers and super abilities because she's a cyborg and she has a strength and things, but she's tough because she has survived so far. She has survived the crash that killed her family. She has survived having all these prosthetics installed into her body. She has survived losing her stepfather, the abusive and very toxic environment that she has at home. But also she is this person that just wants to belong, to be accepted for who she is. So yeah, I'm a cyborg, so what? I have feelings, there is one moment in the book that really touched me, and something happens and she wants to cry, but she can't, because she's a cyborg, and she wants to express emotions like crying, like humans do. And it's someone calls her and says, see, you are human, you can even cry for the loss of that person. And she is like, I cannot cry, but I can feel, and I do love that person, and I'm feeling, and I'm hurt, and I will cry if I could, and I love, this thing that makes you think what makes a person a human and what makes the person a monster. So in the book she's treated as less because she's a cyborg, but I think that more than once she shows more humanity than those people who are called humans. So yeah, there's that. I did love Peony. Peony, it's the sister that really treats Cinder well. And yeah, she's very bubbly and she's very spontaneous, and she is very different from her own sister and her mother, and she wants to be friends with Cinder. It's like she really sees Cinder for who she is, and I love that. And then we have this android called Aiko. I mean, I love her. I didn't remember. I have read all the books, and there were things about Aiko that I didn't remember. So for me, it was kind of refreshing seeing her being like this kind of bot. She's an android, but the body that she has in this book, it's like a very working, very rudimentary kind of body. It's not like an android that looks like a human being. It's more like an android that looks like a robot. But her personality, how she sometimes forgets that she's a robot and she kind of thinks that she's human, and how she is like this close friend to Cinder, who I think that they both understand each other in a level that no one else can, because they don't feel like they belong exactly. They haven't still found their places, and I love that they're friends, and the banter that they share and everything. So yeah. I mean, and also I did love this concept of having Earth having survived this fourth World War, and having different parts of the world being united, like in these big nations, and this idea of having humans colonizing the moon, and then thinking evolving in a different way and then being superior in the way that they can meddle with the minds and feelings. And it's very dangerous idea having these people out there that can make you do whatever they want you to do. If they want you to stab yourself with a knife, you will do that. And this idea of glamour, that they can make themselves look like they want you to see them and everything, and how power can be corrupted and people can be brainwashed. I hope that you understand what I'm trying to say, brainwashed by these kind of abilities and being deprived of their own free will. It's a very scary thought, and I think it really goes very well with the story. And in this new edition, we have bonus materials. When we end the book, we have a Q&A with the author. We have this reader's guide in which there's a list of topics that you can discuss with your friends or with the people in the book club or whatever. And also we have a sneak peek of Scarlet, which is the second book. And for me, it's been very exciting that we have a short story called Glitches. And I did love this short story. It talks about when Cinder was brought to this new family and that she met her stepmother, stepsisters, and also met Iko, who was completely dismantled and put inside the box. And I did love to see what happened to Garan. Garan is the stepfather, and in the book it was told he wasn't there, and knowing the heart-wrenching moment in which he was... it's very heart-wrenching. I'm not going to say anymore. So yeah, if you like futuristic books with lots of things going on and like a very expansive world with different books in which all the characters evolve and they meet each other and they create this amazing, this amazing thing, you're going to love this one. It's also full of amazing things like androids, as I say, cyborgs, superpowers, and I love that the characters are like females and they know how to take the lead, and how the guys are there to help them but not to overpower them. And I love that we have characters who are tough but at the same time are vulnerable, and how it makes you think about things about our current world. I mean, it made me think about things in our current world like 10 years ago, and all the plots are still valid nowadays about, as I say, war, mind control, brainwashing people, how those who are different are treated, finding your own home, finding your own tribe. I think that those are things that are still, present in nowadays. And I think that this is a book that for me, it has been as amazing read now as it was 10 years ago. So I will recommend it to you because it's amazing. Also, if you like retellings of fantasy characters with a very special touch, and they are amazing. So yeah, pick them up. Thank you for watching. Bye.